Can you hear me better now?
Yes, this is better. This is better. Thank you so much. Yes, this is better. Can you hear me, ma?
I can hear you
All
clearly.
right. Okay. I want to welcome every one of us to this book launch today. I want to welcome especially our facilitator. I have a lot to say about her, but we'll talk about that one later. Let's just carry on with the introduction. I want to say thank you to God Almighty for making this possible. I want to say thank you to my husband. He has been the backbone and the support of everything about the whole book. I want to say thank you to all my viewers, for all of you that have honored this invitation, for all of you that have taken it out of your special and your precious time to join us for this book launch this evening. I really do appreciate your time, and I do not take your time for granted. I am so grateful. Thank you so very much. And especially, I want to say thank you, and I want to welcome our facilitator, Mrs. Brenda Onu. Now, I'm going to say something about this woman. You see this woman here, she's the reason why I am doing this book launch today. So please, just give her some flowers in the comment section. Just rave over her. Give her flowers. Let's spread the red carpet for our facilitator, Mrs. Brenda Onu. Mrs. Brenda Onu is a coach. She actually coached me and she directed me, or she guided me on how to write a book. She's an author of so many books. She's also an architect. She's an incredible woman. She's a woman with many caps. She does a lot of things and she's very good at doing all the things she do. So please just say, just rave over her. Let's give her flowers. Just say something to our facilitator, Mrs. Brenda. I want to say thank you, ma. I really do appreciate you. I really do appreciate your time, and I'm so grateful to you, for finding the special time, out of your busy schedule for joining me with this and doing this book launch today. I am so grateful to you, and I welcome you to our virtual book launch. So I welcome everyone. So please say hello, say hi to us, so we know you're here with us. Just drop a comment so we will know you can hear us clearly. Now, I'm going to be doing this with our facilitator. Actually, our facilitator will be doing more of the job, and I'll just be at the back. She'll be the one doing everything. So please welcome our facilitator, Mrs. Brenda Onu. So thank you very much, Mama. So please take the mic. I hand over to you. Thank you, Mama.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Choma. First of all, I must apologize. I don't know, it's been so long I had a Facebook Live. I'm having serious issues. I'm using my phone, I'm using my laptop, and on my laptop, I look upside down. On my phone, I look right side up. I don't know which one to go with. I'm so confused. Please pardon me. And in fact, I wanted to use my laptop so that there are no calls to interrupt, because Lagos and delivery people, they can dull your shine. But well, it's only the phone that connected. The laptop refused to connect. So here we are. We're using the phone, and we're going to pray that we don't get any interruptions. So thank you so much for having me. Congratulations, Choma. I'm super excited to be here. Welcome, everyone. I see you, those streaming from Manchester, those streaming from, I see Mr. Odukolo. Man like you. We love it. We love it. We love it. Thank you. Also, I see people streaming from London and from everywhere. Thank you guys for coming. Today, we are celebrating a special woman and a special book. So my name is Brenda Onu, like she introduced. I'm a coach. I'm an author's coach. And if you have any thoughts of writing a book, the Holy Spirit has laid it in your heart that you should write a book. Come, I'm your plug. I will solve everything for you. End-to-end solutions. But today is not about me. Today is about our amazing author, Choma, and the amazing book that she has released. I'm always so excited when I see people, churning out wholesome content that just advances the kingdom. I'm always very excited. I'm always so happy to be a part of it. So today I'm super excited to release our book,
Yes.
The Renewed Parent. We're not going to take too much of your time, but we're just going to introduce the book and introduce, the author. Let her tell us a bit about her story. How did she get here? How come she's an author? Where did she come from? We want to hear all of that, all of those stories today, and that is what we'll be doing today. So, Choma, over to you. Tell us a little bit about your story. How did you get writing a book? Did you just wake up one day and say, I want to write a book? How did it happen? Tell us.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ma. Thank you so much. Okay, for me, this is me. My name is Shoma Odikolo. Okay, the thing is that the writing of a book. I think I had the desire to write a book few years back. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, I can hear you clearly. I can hear
All
you
right,
clearly.
thank you. I had the desire to write a book few years back, and the one person that inspired me to want to write a book is our coach. A good number of us know Coach Wendy Ologe. I see her write books, and I'll be like, oh my God, I want to also write a book. I want to also contribute to my world. I also want to do something. I just want to write a book. So I started nursing that idea, but I did not know how to go about it. Because me personally, I used to think that English is not my strength. So I was like, okay, I don't know what to write. I don't know how to go about it. So in there, I was just nursing the idea. Not until we now joined Masterpiece. I and Coach Brenda were in Masterpiece, anchored by Coach Wendy Ologe. Not until we joined the Masterpiece mentorship program. So I was there, and I got to know more about Coach Brenda in Masterpiece. Because even though I'm in the inner circle program of the TIP run by Coach Wendy Ologe, we're in different cohorts. I've never got to speak with Coach Brenda one-on-one, but I was opportune to know her in the Masterpiece, where she was our course rep in the Masterpiece. And while I had that idea, prior to even speaking with Coach Brenda, when I see people write books, I'll be asking them for ideas. I want to write. How can I write? So no one really gave me like a feedback I could work on. Then one day, Coach Brenda now posted something on the Masterpiece group that if you want to write a book, join this group or something. I was like, this is what I've been looking for. But I was still scared. I don't know, if you can remember my chat that day. I was scared. I was like, I don't know. This thing, am I sure it will result? Am I sure it's going to make sense? Am I sure it's going to worth it? Like, I don't know if I should pay this money. I'm scared. I've never paid this kind of money to want to learn how to write a book. But because I already had the idea, I already had the desire, let me say I already had the desire. I was like, okay, I chatted Coach Brenda, and she told me, don't worry, let's go on, just do it. She even encouraged me. I was like, she's even the one even encouraging me. And I said, okay, since she encouraged me, let me go ahead and do it. So I paid, I registered for the class. And to be very honest with you, Coach Brenda is, she's the right person for this job. So like, if you want to write a book, or you've had a desire to want to write a book, this is the right person. Because there was something she kept on telling us, I will not forget. The first question she asked us was, why have you not written a book? Why have you not written a book? And she told us in that class that in each of us, we have books inside of us. And there was something else you told us, which I will never forget. You said what you want to write is already inside you. You just need the Holy Spirit to help you to bring it out. Because sometimes I'll be like, what am I writing? I don't even know what I want to write. What do I want to write? Who do I want to write to? Do I want to write people that already know more than me? Who even read this book? Who wants interested in whatever I want to say? But Coach Brenda kept on encouraging us in that class. She kept on telling us that everything you want to write is inside of you. You just need to bring it out. And that was how the journey started. She gave us the structure, the curriculum. To be very honest with you, it was not easy. It seems like at this point I was dragging my feet, because I think a lot of people in that class some of us had even launched our books. I think I'm among the last sets, but at the end, I'm grateful to God because I still made it. So that was how I joined the class, with the structure, the teaching, everything you taught us, Coach Brenda, and when you guided us. In fact, everything was just, and the accountability system you provided for us. You made us, even when I felt like, oh my God, I'm not sure I'm going to finish this book. I had accountability partners that would be like, okay, you can still do it. You can still do it. So that was how I continued. And at the end, I finished writing the book. And when I finished writing the book, Coach Brenda was always there. She was always directing us to people that will help us. Like, if you need an editor, she has the blog. If you need anything, she has the blog. So that is how that is how the whole book idea thing went. And to be very honest, that is how this book, Becoming a Renewed Parent, came about. This book wouldn't have been a success without Coach Brenda. So I would say she's the one that the Holy Spirit just directed to help me. She's the one the Holy Spirit directed to come and help me to nurse or to birth this idea of writing the book, which I'm very, very grateful to you, Ma. I am so grateful. And I'm grateful to God that at the end, the book is out. You know, I'm so grateful to God. So that is how my journey of writing a book started. Thank you, Ma.
Awesome. I mean, as you were speaking, I was almost asking, is it me she's talking about, or be somebody else?
It's you.
It sounded so surreal, and I'm so grateful. You know, I'm so grateful to God for the chance to have been a part of your life and a part of this great journey that you've been on. And you know, the Bible even says it, that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. You know, it was your desire that made you to come in contact with me, you know, and we're able to, you know, do something. If you were not ready, if you were not, you know, hungry for it, if you were not looking, you may not have, you know how many we are on the group. We would have been posting, and you would not have seen it. But it was because you were hungry for it, you were ready for it, and that's why you saw it when I posted that, and that's why we're able to connect and we're able to help each other. Everything you need in this life is already prepared, is already given. All your answers are already available. It's just for you to seek and be open to the Holy Spirit's promptings at each time. And that's what I always like to say. So thank you so much for doing the work, because you know what, if I teach and you don't do the work, you will never have the results. So thank you for doing the work. Thank you for being proof that the system works. Thank you for, I mean, shining your light so brightly and for bringing this book that is going to change generations.
Yes.
Because, oh my God, when you, I mean, I was just reading the what do you call it, the forward by Coach Wendy, you know, and what she said was very profound, you know, in saying that because who you are is dependent on who raised you, and who raises you is also dependent on what the person that raised you knows. So if we don't renew ourselves as parents, we are not only doing ourselves a disservice, we're doing our children and generations after us a disservice. So it is so critical that everybody renews themselves. You cannot sit down and say, well, that's how I was parented. Hello, auntie, are you okay? You're not okay. Tell yourself the truth. We are not okay. All this one of saying we turned out okay. We are not okay. We are not okay. Every day we fly off the handle at every small provocation. You know, we get upset at every small thing, and we're dragging who is senior with our children. These are not okay things. They are not normal, right? So we need to renew ourselves. We need to come back to this. I mean, recently God was teaching me about parenting in the way that He parents me. I mean, it's so amazing. I would read something in the Bible and I would just be like, hey, God, what a good father. And I'll just hear it in my head say, hello, that's what you're supposed to be doing to your child. I was like, hey, God, basbos. I couldn't read Bible without receiving basbos on my parenting. It was so crazy. So I know I can relate firsthand to this, your, you know, renewed parent journey. And it's something that everybody needs to go on, every single one of us. So I'm grateful that you wrote the book. I'm grateful that you put in the work, because truly, our stories are there for generations to be helped. Generations. It's not just the people around you. It's not just this your Manchester, London people. No, your story is going to help a lot of people. It's going to go far and wide and renew families and generations to come. I mean, I foresee mothers, you know, buying the book and giving it to their children as they're getting married and, you know, helping their families. You know, and all of that. I sent a code. I'm coming. You know, so and all of that. So that's why I'm so thankful to you for doing the work, and I'm encouraging everybody that has the feeling that, oh, I need to do this now. You know, God has laid this in my heart. Do it. There's no better time than now to start. Okay, do it. Do what you have to do, and get the answer ready. So yeah, so let's go right into it. Tell us about your parenting. Why did you choose to write? You know, now you've told us how you went on the journey. You know, how you got from idea to book. The first question is how? Why was that the idea? Why is that your message? Why is that what you want to tell the world about? Tell us.
Okay, thank you very much, Coach. Okay, for me, you know, the word renewal came to me while we were doing Masterpiece, if you can remember, the 90 days program. There was one Sunday, I can't remember what coach, the voice note coach talked about, but I think it was that period where coach kept on saying you must step in the water, or you must jump out of the boat, something like that. So trying to tell us that we must dare ourselves to try.
Yeah.
This word, and I went to church one day, I was like, okay, I want to do something. What will I do? What will I do? And the word renew came to me. And after mass that day, because I'm a Catholic, and I told my husband, that renewed, that this word renewed. I think I've heard renewed before, but I don't know why renewed just came. Okay, maybe since I'm thinking of doing a YouTube channel, maybe I'll put to be renewed, the renewed parent, something about renewed. And I checked the meaning of renewal, renewed renewal. And also that is something that has to do with you improving, you grow, you being a better person, a better version of yourself. I was like, this is it. And why I continued in that light, even while we were in the class, if you can remember, I had different ideas. I wanted to write so many things, and we were like, okay, Choma, focus on one. I wanted to write affirmation. I wanted to. There's something that said, since this word renewed, renewal is something that speaks to you from my journey, which I'm going to talk about. Why don't you write something on it? So I decided to go, to write something on renewal. And for me personally, I grew up, while growing up, I grew up like a one-sided kind of person, especially when I went to the university. Okay, like I studied accounting in school. So while in school, I was just like, when they say someone is a bookie, accounting bookie. So I read only accounting books. I did not do any other thing other than accounting. So I grew up one-sided. I grew up not knowing a lot of things about life. I grew up not knowing a lot of things about, about life generally. So usually if you ask me some questions, I was just naive about so many things about life. And I found out that, when I became a parent and I joined CIP and I started listening to Coach Wendy, I just so much to life. There's so much in the parenting I did not even know. Yes, our parents did what they know how to do best. And me, I'm the 5th out of 6 children. So I think my parents had finished parenting before I came in. So I don't know a lot of things about parenting. I did not know so many things about life. So I was like, renewal. That means I need to renew myself. I need to grow. I need to improve. I need to be a better version of myself. I need to have a growth mindset. I don't need to stay there. So that was the message, because I know there are so many parents in the same shoes as me. We're just taught, we're there, probably, maybe you had dreams, you had aspirations, and now you are married. Everything is, I cannot do it because the children are there. We're just fixed. You'll be like, oh God, these children, I can't move forward. My goals, everything is on a pause, So for me, that was the message. And that was why I wrote this book on renewal, telling the world that we can renew ourselves. Can you hear me, ma? Telling the world that we can renew ourselves, we can grow, we can be better versions of ourselves. We don't have to be stagnant. You don't have to stay in a particular place and say, this is all. There is more to life. The thing is that we just need to open up ourselves to the right sources, the right resources, the right mentors and coaches. So that is my message to the world. My message to the parents and everyone is that you can be better. You can renew. Even if you're a parent and you're doing a great job, there can be more. Even if you think your children are 100% okay, there can be more. There could be other areas you're not seeing. So the message is, don't have a fixed mindset, rather have a growth mindset. So that was why I wrote the book on becoming a renewed person. So it's a journey. Renewal, it's a journey. It's not something you do and say, okay, I've stopped growing. I've gotten to this point in my life, no more renewal. No, it's a journey. It's something we're going to do every day. So on a daily basis, you're checking yourself. Am I growing? Am I renewing myself? Did I become a better parent? How were my actions today? So that is the message. Becoming a renewed parent. So we get to become, and we must become. And becoming is a journey, something we need to do on a daily basis consistently. So that is why I picked this book, to pick this title about renewal, for parents and for everyone out there. Can you hear me?
Okay, sorry. I can hear you. I was trying to unmute myself, but I I flipped my camera by mistake.
Okay.
Okay, so well done. I mean, that is such an interesting motivation, and I'm glad I asked that question because I didn't even know all of this, as the background to the book, because and this is what I tell people, right? Whenever we want to start in the course that I do for people who want to write, what is your core message? You must know what your core message is. What is the message you're going to be talking about? So, and how do we find our core message? You ask a simple question like, if you had to carry only one placard in a room forever and ever, shouting one message, what would it be? And I hear you clearly, even from the passion with which you spoke. I can tell how important this is to you. So yes, that's truly your core message. And in writing this book, you are going to be able to take that message boldly to the ends of the earth because you are so vested in it. So tell us about your parenting. How many children do you have? How long have you been parenting? How has it been for you? And since you got this, your message of renewal, what has changed for you? And what is that thing that you're so eager to share with the world that you want everybody to know and say, come, you guys, come and see what I have seen. Come and see what I have learned. So tell us about your parents.
Okay, okay, I have two children, 5 years and 2 years. Yes, 2 years. She'll be 3 next year. They are both girls. So my parenting has been wonderful. To be very honest, that is the whole message about renewal. I did not know a lot of things about parenting, not until I joined the inner circle, that is of the Intentional Parenting Academy of Coach Wendy. And that system is a system of growth. It's a system where you're looking at Coach Wendy and you're seeing her growing, you're seeing her improving on a daily basis, and she's carrying you along. She's telling me, like, you need to follow me, you need to come along. So for me, my parenting prior to joining the inner circle, it was just here and there. I was just doing what I knew, what I grew up seeing people doing, not knowing whether it is right or wrong. I remember when before I joined the inner circle, this thing about putting your child in front of the screen. Usually if you have a child, it's a normal thing now. If your child cry, you put the child in front of the screen. A lot of people do it. But me, I didn't know that it was not right to expose a child to screen at that early age. So I just felt, okay, since it's normal, that's what people are doing. Okay, stay in front of the screen. So
Right.
prior to joining the inner circle, there were some things I did that I did not know whether they were right or wrong. I just did them because I saw other parents doing them. Even disciplinary approach, the way we were raised. We were raised with not being compassionate in a way to actually, you see a child cry, that you will cry more, as in I'll make you to cry more. These things, without learning, without growing, without knowing that there is a better or a higher knowledge, you will just think it's normal because that is what is obtainable in our society. So the whole idea of parenting for me, before I joined the inner circle, before I got this message of renewal and all that. So my parenting was just go left, go right, wherever the wind takes us to. But when I got this message of renewal, when I when I made myself available for growth, my parenting has changed. So every day I'm constantly asking myself, did I grow today? Have I become a better person? Did I read a book? Sometimes I might just say, okay, even if it's a page, if I cannot even read a page, did I read half a page? What did I do differently? Did I manage my emotions well? And that is the whole idea of renewal. That is the whole idea of growth. On a daily basis, you're growing. You're even learning from your children. So for me, parenting with this knowledge and this concept of renewal has been a game changer for me, because every day I'm like putting the searchlight on myself now. So this is what you put in the book. Are you also implementing the same thing? Do you have a mindset? Yes. Every time I keep asking myself, do I have a growth mindset? Am I renewing myself on a daily basis? So my parenting, for me, it has taken a new turn. I'm not perfect, but I'm in this position of constantly asking myself, okay, what should I do better? Can there be a better way? And that is the whole idea of having a growth mindset. So it's been a beautiful journey. It's a journey I'm enjoying. It's a journey I want to stay in. I want to continue in that journey. This journey of growth, this journey of improvement. And this improvement, it comes from having a coach, a mentor, even by writing a book, is still renewal. Because if I had not met you, I would have just been stuck. I wouldn't have been able to read. But because I know that there's a better knowledge. There's someone that knows this thing. I can learn it. It's not meant for just some people. Everyone can write a book. I can learn it, and I keyed into it, and I've written it. So for me, parenting has taken a new turn with the renewal concept, you know, putting myself out there to learning, reading books, you know, listening to coaches that will impact your life positively. So it's been a beautiful journey, ma. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that. When you were speaking, you know, you said something like that, you know, even the book is teaching you daily, how you always ask yourself, okay, you've written it in the book, are you doing this?
Yes.
I can totally relate, because I wrote a book last year that was called Diary of a Former Lazy Girl.
Yeah.
I can't even say that this is what I knew that I wrote the book. I always feel some sort of way by saying that it was literally the Holy Spirit that gave me that book, because half of things I wrote, I don't know, you know. But guess what? The Basbos was for me. Like, I was every day, I'm like, oh my God. As I was writing, I'll be shouting, I say, hey, Father, lower your voice. And you know, and because I wrote it, I had to constantly check myself, because you know, it's something you're preaching. You're telling people that this is this way to go. So you're asking yourself, am I doing it, or am I just, you know, being a hypocrite? So it was changing me first before changing other people. So I want to encourage anybody that wants to write a book today. Sometimes you're writing a book, you're telling yourself, I'm not expert, you see, I'm just learning. Why do I want to go and write? Book is for experts. But I say to you that no matter what stage you are at, there's always a set of people that you know more than. Let me take that again.
You see,
no matter what stage you are at, whether you are beginner, intermediary, experts, you know, done dada experts, there's always a set of people that you know better than, that you know a little bit more than. And so you can feed that set of people. With that little experience that you got, with that what you think is little, what you think is common knowledge, you'd be shocked to know that many people do not know it. You'd speak about it, people will gasp and say, wow, she's so deep. Oh, wow, how did she know this? And you're thinking, is it not what everybody knows? No. So don't commonize the knowledge that you have. Like I said, everything that you want to write is already within you. You have everything, right? Don't commonize what you have. And so that you can, you know, today give up, you know, be the best that you can be, because that's what it is. That's what it's about, being the best that you can be and sharing to the world everything that you need to do. So I just had to chip that in there, because in case there's anybody watching us or listening to us as feeling as most people that write books is because they know too much, it's because they have too much brain, or because, you know, hello, it's not. Sometimes you would feel the push to write. You'd feel the push to share a message. Do not second guess yourself. Don't look at yourself and say, what do I know? Me, I'm still learning. Hello, in your learning, you can share something with others, because everything you've gone through was given to you to share with others, to help somebody coming behind. I mean, daily I get people to reach out to me to say, oh, can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? Somebody comes to me with a story that I look at him and I'm like, I went through that exact thing. I'm literally, somebody reached me today with, it was so shocking. She has 2 girls and they are like twins of my girls, like the exact same characters. I couldn't even believe it, you know. And she said, oh, I watched your intentional parenting journey and I could relate, and I needed to just reach out to you. I've never heard of her before, I never met her before, you know. And this is why we share what we do. This is why we do what we do, because everything given to you is given to you for a purpose, to help somebody that is coming. So thank you again for writing this book. Thank you again for going. It's not easy to write a book. Oh, hey, people. It's not. In fact, let's go there. Tell us, how easy or difficult was it for you? How long has it taken you? And how has the process been? Please share with us.
Coach, to be honest, it was challenging. It was challenging. You know, you gave us a template, but to do the work. To do the work. Do you know, sometimes, you know, you told us to have a fixed time. Maybe you write 1 hour a day.
Yeah.
Do you know, you just realize that that's 1 hour, you can't even find it. You now realize that is when the sleep is sweet. That early morning you're supposed to wake up. You will not be waking up.
Awesome.
You know, the truth is that the whole journey was challenging. Sometimes you will write. Like maybe you write a chapter and you be like, okay, does this make sense? Does it make sense? What do I need to take out? Even after writing, remember you taught us that after writing, just cover the book.
Yes, don't edit. Don't worry yourself. Just
cover the book. You know, when I opened it, I'm like, what is this? I'm like, what is this one? All these errors. Who wrote this thing? Who wants to read? Who even read? I just relaxed. I followed your advice. You know, the people you told me to reach out to, I followed them. And the truth is that the whole process of editing was even a big deal. Do you know the edit will tell you to read? Like constantly, I kept on reading this book to ensure that what is out there is what I want everyone to see. So it's not even about writing and just say I finished writing. You need to read to ensure that at the end, after they've done all their work, you know, they've
not changed your message.
Yes, they've not changed your message. So at every point, they are constantly asking you, what do you want to write? What is it you want to say here? So to be very honest, it was so challenging. But, you know, because we had this accountability system, and I must say shout out to Chiwema. I don't know if she's watching me live here, but I wrote her name in this book. You know, Chiwema was one person that I saw that motivated me. She wrote her book, and I was like, she has a full-time job. So she's a mother of how many children? There was a day I even asked her, how do you find the time to write? She now told me she just had to give it her all. She just had to, you know, say this is what she wants. I was like, you Chiwema can do this. Then when Chiwema submitted, I think I was in chapter, I can't even remember. I was like, now not be discouraged. So every time I kept on, and I told her that okay, I'll be accountable to you. Like I'm telling you, I've written this chapter, and I think even our class ended, me I was still battling with her, I was still writing books. When people are finished writing books, but I told myself I'm not going to give up. I must write. So for me it was challenging. You know, after writing, reading, even the editors will tell you deadline is tomorrow. There was a day I was awake till 3 a.m. The lady will say, please submit it. We need to submit. I'll be like, is it the whole process of writing it? But I thought as I'm giving editors, I'll go and rest. So to be honest, it was challenging. You will read how many times? First reading, second reading, third reading, how many readings you will be reading? But at the end, you know, I'm very grateful that it came out well, you know, it came out the way I wanted it to be. So it's challenging, but it's what's the challenge.
I know. I mean, and this is really, I really wanted you to tell that story out there so that people would understand when we ask them to pay money for the book. Because writing a book is not small. I mean, people sometimes will say, how much is printing? Why are you charging this amount for your book? But I realized the work, the mental work, the mental work that goes into a book is no small feat. And so every time I get a chance to speak to an author, I ask them, how was the process for you? How was it for you? And then I hear all versions of this type of story because it's never easy. Even for us that have written several books, even if you ask Coach Wendy, who has written several books today, she will still tell you the same thing. It's never easy. It's never easy. It's always challenging. You know, there's always something. But guess what? We push through. We insist, we push through, and we do our best, and we, you know, just deliver. Because at the end of the day, all the challenges that are coming to you are just to keep you from sharing this powerful message out there. So the point is to remember that, why am I doing this? When you feel tired, when you feel like this one like too much, just ask yourself, why did I start? And that why is supposed to push you through till you get to the end. And that is the whole crux of the whole gist. So yes, thank you. Yes, absolutely. See, our guys won't say anything that you gave it both blood and sweat. I know. Because I mean, even me watching from the outside, I can imagine. So tell us. In fact, I like what your husband has said there. So tell us, how did this whole writing impact your family? I mean, were there times when you had to say, "Everybody, don't disturb me, I'm writing, please," or something? How were they able to cope? Your little kids, your husband, how did they cope with this writing part of you?
To be honest, Coach, all of us were writing this book.
I can imagine.
All of us were writing this book. To be honest, it was not easy. There were sometimes I'll tell my husband, please wake me up. With Brenda said, how many thousand words? No, I've not done it. Please wake me. Sometimes the sleep will be sweet. You will not wake up. But to be honest, the thing is that my husband supported me. I'm very, very grateful to him. Even the children, sometimes when I'm writing or doing, he will now hold the children because they are still young. They still need attention, all that, you know. So for me, we're all writing the book. So we followed our pace. And there was a time I felt like, oh God, I'm not meeting up. I don't even know if I remember. Just one night I woke up, I think I was emotional. I don't even cried, but I was emotional. I was feeling like, oh my God, how many months now have I been writing? This thing that Queen Brenda gave us 6 weeks. When will I finish? Am I going to finish this thing? Will I finish? Or should I just stop? And my husband encouraged me. He said, do you know you're doing or you've done what a lot of people out there have not been able to achieve? So why can't you look at the good? Why can't you look at what you've put in already and just continue the journey and end? My husband even told me, do you know I've not written a book before? And you've written a book and you should be proud of yourself. So when he told me that, I was encouraged. I was like, okay, let me pick up my pieces and go back to the laptop and continue. I love it. From where I stopped. So that was it for me, ma. To be honest, we are all in the process. We are all on the journey. When I submit it for editing, I'll tell them, this is a feedback I've submitted. So the thing is that my whole family, the children, they are still little, but at least I was able to even make them understand that, okay, at this point in time, I need to do this. And definitely my husband was always there to cover up with the kids. So I'm so grateful to him, and you know, I'm grateful to the children as well. So that's it, ma.
Well done. I mean, I'm so happy to hear that. Well done, sir. Thank you so much. Because to be honest, you know, most women, they struggle when they don't have supportive partners. Because before you know, you're hearing, my friend, where's my food? Which was this stupid book I even write and said, can you even write anything? Before you know, all of those kind of words can, you know, weigh you down. But when you have somebody that is, even when you break down, you're tired, it's saying, come on now, you can do this, you've got this. That's really, really what we all need and what we all desire. So thank you, sir. Kudos to you. We give you all your hailings and all your flowers.
All your flowers.
Thank you for being amazing.
Yes.
So we will now read some part of the book, some excerpts of the book. So tell us which is your favorite part that you want to read for us today?
Okay. I think we should start with the chapter 1, which is like the basics, right?
Okay.
Okay. So should I read?
Yes, please.
All right. Okay. All right. Chapter 1, renewal. Renewal requires a shift in our patterns of thought, the things we think about, the things we pay attention to, and our ways of interacting with others. That is Daniel Coleman. To live and flourish in any God-ordained purpose, one must choose renewal. According to the Cambridge Dictionary, renewal is the act or process of making changes to something in order to improve it so that it becomes more successful. It is a situation that occurs when something begins again after it was interrupted by other factors. Renewal can also be seen as the process of extending or refreshing the life of an invaluable entity. It implies the continuation or revitalization. Hence, renewal can signify the improvement or transformation of a human person. Now, Adeze's story, Adeze is the character here, and Felix, her husband. Adeze's story exemplifies this important process that no human being should ignore while seeking growth and fulfillment in life. Her journey to renewal started with the events of one memorable day. So this is the story of Adeze and her husband. So that day, Adeze sat absent-minded on her medium-sized brown chair in her lounge, lost in thoughts while her mind paced up and down various issues in different parts of the world. Adeze called Felix, Adeze's husband, surprised by the lack of response from his wife, who sat so close to him in the lounge that morning. He became furious, surprised, and concerned. Felix, enraged and disappointed by his wife's attitude because he had to beat Lagos morning traffic to drop off the children at school before heading to work, called his wife's name again. Adeze, and this time she did hear him. He continued his angry outbursts, expressing dissatisfaction about his wife's refusal to manage time. I am surprised to find you lost in thought and sitting down here with the children when the children are already in the car ready to go to school. Is there something I should know? Adeze could not give any response as she was still trying to come out of her deep thoughts. Felix became confused, curious, and began to worry about what could make his usually prompt and active wife sit dejectedly and lost in thought on a Monday morning at 7 a.m. Adeze, we are supposed to quickly drop the children off at school, after which we head to work. It is strange to see you sitting here on a Monday morning when you know the kids need to be in school by 7:30 a.m. and we have to catch our Monday meeting at 7:45 a.m., exclaimed Felix. Adeze could not respond to his comments but managed to pull herself together. She stood up and headed for the car ahead of Felix without offering him a glance. Felix was dumbfounded and more worried about his dear wife. Adeze entered the car, sad, worried, and disappointed about her state of life. She remembered her achievements, her mistakes, and all the beautiful dreams she had as a little girl. She was unhappy because the person she had become did not represent all those beautiful dreams she had as a child. Adeze realized that her parenting routine had been overwhelming. The constant emotional and physical demands of her children had drained her. Over the years, this had taken a toll on Adeze's ability to focus on her goals. As they drove out of their estate amidst the chatter of their children and Felix's confusion, Adeze continued to question her condition and mourn all she would have achieved if not for her present role as a wife, mother, and a worker. She thought to herself that even though parenting is rewarding, it has also served as a barrier to her self-renewal and personal growth plans and goals. She thought harder, who have I become? What opportunities have I missed to be better? What impact have I created in my almost 40 years on earth? Have I been living my God-ordained purpose in life? Do I even know who I am? She had almost no positive answers to her questions and became more depressed. Adeze felt lost without a sense of identity. Every time she thought about focusing on her own growth, guilt crept in. How could she focus on herself when she had children, when her children needed her so much? This internal conflict kept her from developing herself. Adeze even tried to align her goals and dreams with her reality. I will be 40 years old in 3 months' time and have nothing to show for it. Could there be more for me to achieve? Could there be more that God wants me to achieve? I think I am created for more. The only thing I have to show for my almost 40 years in my unsatisfactory job, which has no security, and I have to go every day. Adeze hoped to achieve her dream alongside her career while being the best parent to her children without sacrificing anyone on her priority list. She desired to be the best version of herself in all areas of her life and her ideal person based on her values and standards. Adeze felt a deep sense of emptiness as she had not achieved much of her potential and dreams in life. And this thought took away her peace of mind. This thought occupied her mind while sitting in the lounge throughout the day. Unsatisfied every day with her job and tormented by her fear of job insecurity, Adeze struggled through her 9-hour job routine. She resumed at 8 a.m., closed at 5 p.m. throughout the months and years she had spent as a working adult. But she yearned for something more. She hungered for a better Adeze and wanted to see the Adeze of 40 years who had achieved all her aspirations as a little girl and who had submitted herself to a system that will help her with the right knowledge in her parenting journey and in other areas of her life. As a child, she had hoped to be the parent that could achieve all her dreams without sacrificing her career and dreams for her family roles. She desired to be the woman who never strives to fit into the regular. She longed for her children to grow up and see a parent who stood for hard work, smart work, consistency, effective execution, positive mindset, and continuous learning. Adeze questioned how she could have gone through life as a parent without cracking the code to her aspirations and life goals. She saw many parents and adults like her doing great things and impacting the world, yet they ended up with routine jobs and no sense of growth or renewal while making their long journey to the office after dropping off their children at school. Felix, yet to understand what was wrong with his beautiful wife and the reason for her sudden change in countenance, thought about several ways to help her out of her dark mood. However, he could not decide on any as he did not understand what was going through her mind. Could Adeze be helped? Is there any hope for her, or has she reached her crossroads? Is there a way out for Adeze, or should she continue to live the remaining years of her life with no sense of fulfillment and growth? Could she also be a parent while growing, developing, and renewing herself? She felt helpless. This point of helplessness is the time for a parent or adult going through this challenge to seek the right help, which becoming a renewed parent has come to offer. Adeze desperately sought help. She looked around but could not see her darling husband Felix as the right person to help her. He was busy making money for their family to ensure that everything was running smoothly. At that point, he was yet to understand the depth of his wife's struggles and her deep hunger and quest for a solution. Adeze thought of seeking a solution elsewhere. Should I stop or should I continue?
I'm loving it. Well done. I mean, as you read, it was like I was transported back in time.
Okay.
Where I was at exactly the same time, just before I turned 40.
Wow.
I can completely relate to Adeze's story. Please, if you are in the audience, let me know if you can relate to Adeze's story that we just heard. You can relate to Adeze's story, or if you are a man, can you say, "Oh, my wife has gone through this," or if you're a woman, you say, "Ah, I can relate." Or if you're not there yet, but you are feeling like, okay, you're not 40 yet, but you're feeling like, even me too, I feel like there's something missing. Tell us, let's hear from you in the comments if you can relate to what is going on with Adeze. Because I'm going somewhere with this. I just want to have one person tell me that they can relate, and I will land. So, I mean, I personally can relate to Adeze's struggles. I remember when I was at about 39, and I had a mini depression. Like it was really bad because I just sat down and I was so unsatisfied with my life, right? And it was very funny because from the outside it looked like I had everything, right? I had a loving husband who was crazy about me. I had 4 children, 2 boys, 2 girls. There was nothing I was looking for. I had a lovely house. We just moved into our own house. You know, I had a good car. Okay, the only thing I didn't have was a job. But even then, I wasn't looking for anything. But I was so dissatisfied. So dissatisfied. It was eating at me. And I didn't realize what the problem was. So, I mean, I appreciate where you're going with this story. I love the fact that Adeze found that, you know, she had that problem. But I especially love the fact that you tied it to her parenting. Because really, 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 a lot of us, you know, we look at ourselves and know that we're supposed to be more. We didn't just come to this life to just be a mother or just be a a wife. You know, we're supposed to be more. And then sometimes in the pursuit of the more, we forget the important things to us, which is family. So I love the way that you're carrying the whole story along, because she's realizing that she has to be a parent and realizing that she has to be a renewed person. And so putting it together is being a renewed parent. So she's becoming while still being conscious of what is important to her, which is being a parent. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love that angle. So I mean, and this is a story that many people need to hear, because when women get to that point where they're dissatisfied, you see this thing again. That told me to rotate my phone. I rotated my phone, and now I'm seeing myself.
No, this is better. This
is better.
Yeah, this is better than. Yes, this is better.
Okay. Okay, so this is how I should leave it. Okay.
Yes.
Now, okay. It's showing. Okay, I'll reflect. Me and this Facebook. God help me. Okay. So what was I saying before? The devil is a liar. It cannot come and scatter my grief. So I was talking about the fact that I liked the angle which you took at Deze, and that I was saying that, you know, is there anybody on the call that can relate? Because it was something that I could deeply relate to as I listened to you speak. You know, I was thinking, oh my God, that was me. I was at that point in some point in my life where, you know, everything on the outside looked like it was okay, right? But I was so dissatisfied with life that it would actually seem ungrateful if I voiced it out. Have you seen that kind of thing before? I had a brand new car. We were living in our own new house. I had 4 children of my own, 2 boys and 2 girls. I had a husband that was, you know, crazy about me. And everybody thought I had everything. But I was so dissatisfied, it was crazy. It was so bad that I couldn't even voice it out, because I would look and say, what's wrong with this one? Like, hello, madam, can you please get yourself together? So, but when you feel dissatisfied like that, it is God calling you to higher. When you feel a sense of, it's God saying that this is not where you're supposed to be. There's a lot more. So when you feel like there's more to your life, indeed there is. Indeed there is. The job is to sit in the quiet place and hear from God where you should go. The job is to find the teachers whom He has placed already in your path to show you how to go. The job is to become renewed. It's so powerful, and I really, really like the fact that, you know, you have told this, you've taught this important message with a story. Because we as human beings, we all like stories. Human beings love stories. I mean, that's the best way we learn stuff. You know, as kids, it was always, once upon a time, there was a hare and a tortoise, you know. And, you know, even in textbooks, they always taught you about, you know, everything was always told as a story. Movies are stories, you know, all those things that we watch, books are stories. And so when you're teaching an important concept and you're able to tell it as a story, you are able to pass a valid message. So, I mean, here we were listening to you, rapt attention. Like, you know, nobody wanted you to stop reading. I personally didn't want to stop reading. And I saw somebody in the comments saying the same thing. Really lively presentation, you know. And because it was such a powerful story and something that we could relate with. And so when you start to tell those kind of stories and teach people this kind of thing, they're going to learn without even knowing that they're learning. Do you see?
Yes.
And so that's the power of storytelling, and that's the power of writing a book. So thank you again. God, I'm sounding like a broken record, but I have to keep on thanking you for doing the work.
Thank you, Ma. You're the one that God sent to my life to help us.
Oh my God.
To help our ministry.
I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to be a small part of your great journey. I'm so grateful. So, well, let's go into the book itself. So tell us, how can we get this book? Because at this point, I'm sure everybody wants to get the book. I'm sure everybody wants to just... I want to hear the end of that story. Hello, what happened to, you know, Adeze, and how did Felix help her, or how did he get frustrated? How did they get out of that position that they were in that day? Because the man was looking like he was about to conk her head. Like, madam, will you get up and let's go to work? What's wrong with you? But on the other side, it's like, this is my lovely wife. Is she okay? I've not seen her like this before, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And the wife not even answering, that one just enter the car. She is to enter car.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let's be going. So I
Mm-hmm.
know there's a lot more, there are a lot more layers to that book, and we really want to know what. So how can we get copies of the book? Tell us, tell us.
Okay, all right. Okay, the book is currently on Amazon. So if you can search, just search with Becoming a Renewed Parent. You see it there on Amazon. The book is on Seller as well. Then if you're in Nigeria, I already said for everyone that pre-ordered, we'll definitely deliver to you free. So don't worry about that. If you're in the UK, for everyone that pre-ordered as well, we'll deliver free. As soon as we're done with this launching, we'll start packaging and packaging the books to send out to everyone. So you can get the book, you can get it in Nigeria, you can get it here in the UK, you can send a message to me, you can get it on Amazon, you can get it on Seller. So it's even in Kindle, so it's not hidden, it's everywhere. Just search for Becoming a Renewed Parent and you see it in your faces. So it's everywhere.
I love it. So Becoming a Renewed Parent on Amazon,
Yes.
and we can find it.
Yes, it's
Okay.
there.
Awesome, awesome. How do we get it on Seller? If you have any links, type it in the chat. Let's see. Let's get on it.
Yes,
Because guys,
yeah. I'm
we
going
need.
to put the link, yes, in the
Okay.
group, in the comment section. Yes.
Okay. Okay. How much is the book going for right now?
Oh yeah. Okay, the book is 7,000 naira. Yes, for those in Nigeria, 7,000.
Only.
Then then those in the UK, it's £7. Yes, £7.
Okay, awesome, awesome. That's really, really good, very good pricing. And I want to encourage people to not just buy the book. I want to encourage people to get copies for their friends, get copies for their family members, and because this message, this message of being a renewed parent is a message that we need to get to the ends of the earth. We need people to, because at the end of the day, like Coach Wendy said in the beginning, in the forward, who you are is largely dependent on who parented you and what the person that parented you knows. So if we're able to get people to be renewed and they're as parents, if we're able to get them to the point where if we're able to get them to the point where they're able to get to who they're supposed to be and all of that, then the world will be a better place.
Mm-hmm.
The children that are your children's friends in school are well parented, then they are all better.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see?
Yes.
So it's a big job, and it's all of us. The same way they say security is everybody's business. This parenting has to become everybody's business. So becoming renewed parents, becoming better parents has to become everybody's business. We have to all champion it so that at the end of the day, the world is a better place. And so again, we thank you for writing this book. We thank you for bringing it out to the world. We thank you for sharing it with us and even your community. We need you to loud it to the ends of the earth. Go and put it on, go and do sponsored ads on Instagram or Facebook.
Okay.
So more people have to hear of it, and more people have to, and it's very cheap, 7,000 naira only. Hey God, in this Lagos, Pico, let's buy the book and let's buy for our friends. It will be a fantastic Christmas present. It's something that somebody can use to set their goals for the new year. I want to become a renewed parent 2025. Okay, how? Here's your book.
Yeah.
Here's the book. So that is a way, that is a strong one that we need to do. We need to share this message. We need to spread it from the rooftops, literally. So I just want to tell you, thank you again. Well done. Thank you all for coming in. We said we're not going to keep you too long, and we have gone beyond our 1 hour mark.
Oh my God.
I know. We're enjoying ourselves. We didn't even realize when time went, right?
Yeah. And just to add, while can you hear me? Yeah. While the
I'm listening.
book was in pre-order, I did promise that those that pre-order, I'm going to give just a little peck. Okay. So you're going to have your peck. Yes, definitely. I'm still working on it, but you're still going to have your peck. I did promise that I'm going to do a course that is going to support renewal, growth, and everything, and send to those that pre-ordered, and a pack of renewed parent affirmation. So like an affirmation that we can work with ourselves as parents. It's not just our children that need affirmation. We also need affirmation to remind ourselves of these things on a daily basis. So for everyone that pre-ordered, you're definitely going to get your peck alongside.
Oh, awesome. Well done.
Thank you.
it's always beautiful to get the gifts from pre-order. I hope I pre-ordered. Let me try and think whether I pre-ordered and collect my own stuff. Oh my goodness. So thank you again, Choma. Do you have one final words for everybody listening, all of your audience, everybody that's bought the book or those that are going to buy the book? What is the one message you want them to take away from this book? If they forget everything else in the story, what is the one message you want them to take away from this book?
Okay, the one message I want everyone to take away from this book is to have a growth mindset. Don't limit yourself. There is nothing you can't learn in this world. There is nothing. Our limitations, we limit ourselves every day to the point that our limitations become our reality. When you tell yourself you can't, you can't. So just have the growth mindset that I can do anything I want to do, provided I learn, I get the right resources, the right people to teach me, the right system, to learn it. So don't have a fixed mindset. At every point in your life or in our lives, always have a growth mindset. A growth mindset in everything. So if you did not hear anything we said today, just that to have a growth mindset, just have a growth mindset as a parent, a growth mindset in everything you do. So that is my message to everyone.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. And that's a powerful message. As we go into 2025, everybody needs to realize that, what's the opposite of growth mindset again? What was the other one they used to call it?
Did I say limited? Oh.
The limited, yes, the limited mindset. The limited mindset will limit you.
Yeah, you see?
So go into 2025 with a growth mindset and open your mind to possibilities, because I heard a word last week and it's been ringing in my ears, because God has options that you know nothing about. So when you sit down and think, oh, this is how I want to do this is what I want to do, you don't even know where he wants to take you. You don't even know. He has options that you have no idea of. So as you go into 2025, open your mind, be receptive, and be when God says go and learn this one, go and learn it. He says go and take that course, take it. Go and read that book, read it. Open your mind, because you never just know, because he has options you know nothing about. Yes. So thank you everyone for coming out. I totally enjoyed myself tonight. I don't know if you guys did. I hope you did. And I'm encouraging you, go and buy the book. Buy the book.
All right. So before you go, I also want to say thank you. I really do appreciate your time. I honor you, Ma. You know how I came. I came vulnerable and you answered. I am so grateful to you. Thank you for doing this with me. Thank you for being the vessel. You'll forever be my story, obviously, because I mentioned you in this book. So you are part of my story. You're part of my success story. I'm so grateful that God used you as a vessel to help me and to help us achieve this goal. I am very, very grateful to you. Thank you for all you do for women and everyone out there. Keep on doing the work, because it might just be one message that someone needs to hear and the person will just start to run with it. So I'm very grateful to you. I do not take your time for granted. I understand you are a very, very busy woman. Hey, very busy with a lot of things to do. I am so grateful for giving me 1 hour or more than 1 hour of your time. To be very honest, I do not take it for granted. And before I did this book review, this launch, I told you I did not know how to go about it. But you were there, you guided me, you walked me through. It's actually my first time, so I'm a novice. I'm learning. You guided me through everything. So I'm so grateful to you, Ma. I do not take your time for granted. And I pray that God will continue to increase you and bless you beyond both. God will bless you beyond your imagination. So I'm grateful. So grateful to you. Thank you so much. And God bless you, Ma. Thank you.
Thank you. I wanted to say something. And apart from all your plenty thank you, which I don't know, you have told me thank you 500 times in the DM. You have told me thank you again. I've heard, it's okay. This morning, I realized that I wanted to have a copy of the book so that for the launch, right? So I called the printer and I said, come on, we've ordered this book. Where are the copies? And he said, oh, madam, it's going to be ready next week. I said, are you drunk? I need a copy today. He said, okay, don't worry, ma, I'll get you 2 copies. I said, I need 1. I didn't ask you for 2. So normally when I ask him for samples, he does 2. So in my head, when I sent 1 to you, I thought that I had another one. So I didn't realize it was just one that he made. So I was saying, why would you make one? Anyway, give me one sample today. He said, okay, I will get it to you. I said, I need it by 3 p.m. I know how Nigerian people are, right? I said 3. He now calls me around there, maybe 4. He said, madam, I finished the book now. I'm going to send it to you. I said, send it to me. If it doesn't get to me by 6, I don't need it again. He said, okay. By 6 o'clock, he called me. I'm calling the dispatcher. And I said, my dear, I don't need it, because if it does not get to me by this time, then just keep it. He said, and I started thinking to myself, how am I going to do it? So that's when I said I would use, laptop, so that I can use my book to open the soft copy and just, be able to guide myself. My sister, Shebi's laptop that did not connect now, his phone that connected. I was just looking through all of the things that happened. Do you know right now there's a call that's been coming in now? The call is the dispatch guy. He's getting to my house with the copy of the book.
Can you imagine?
I didn't want to say, but I was just determined that nothing will stop what we have planned to do, right? And the devil is too small. That's why I said, you read. Read from your own copy.
Yes.
We'll be fine. And it's been an amazing, amazing time tonight. I mean, those of you on the call, what do you think? You would never know all the background drama. The guy is calling me like, we wait at my gates. We wait a few more minutes because I'm annoyed. But I mean, we did it. And that's just how life is. Yeah. When you do not allow anything to stop you, when you do not allow anything that looks like it's a small delay, I would have been freaking out now, saying, oh my God, I don't have a copy of the book. How are we going to do it lunch? But we're here. We've done it.
Physically.
Physically, it'll be okay. So well done, Chioma. You're a very good learner. Exactly. Your friends are saying it. That you did very well in this your first launch, and we look forward to several more launches. So God bless you. Thank you so much.
Thank you to all our viewers. I'm so grateful to every one of you. Thank you. God bless all of you. Thank you so much. Thank you for honoring me with your time. I do not take your time for granted. Thank you all, and God bless you all. Thank you. All right. So, Coach Ma, thank you, Ma. See you in the background. All right. Thank you all to everyone that has come in today. Oh, I can see our comments. So how was it for us? Just tell us one word. What would you be doing different? Have you pre-ordered your copy? Are you getting a copy? Are you getting copies for your friends and your family members? So thank you all for joining us today. I would not want to take much of our time. I'm so grateful to you. I honor you all. I celebrate you all, and I'm grateful for your time. Thank you all. God bless us. Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Becoming a Renewed Parent. It's there on YouTube. Our Facebook group, we're actually streaming from our Facebook group. Let's make the world a better place. Let us grow. Let us renew ourselves. We can do these things. Let us hold ourselves accountable and be the change we want to see in our children and in the world. So thank you all for joining us. Like, remember to get a copy of this book. You'll be glad and you'll be blessed by reading this book. I do not take your time for granted. So till I come your way next time, thank you all for joining me, and God bless us all. All right, bye. Thank you.